Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Testing. There we go. Okay, Kitty is good. Audio levels are good. Everything seems good. Okay. I wanna buy Intel stock because it's dipping hard today. So yeah, I was actually gonna talk about that. I might want to starting the. Okay, so actually, let me back up here for a second. Let me back up for a minute. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Techonomics. We do have some announcements to make. Oops. Notepad. So we're gonna do. Let me get my my chat windows up here. What's up, Homas? What's up, Brad? What's up, Left Switch? So we're gonna do organizational change on Techonomics. We got the 5080 raffle, and then we have NVIDIA physics. And then we got Micron exiting. We got lots of stuff. Oh yeah, and then we'll start with the first one, obviously, though. What's up, Slurcaster? So let me move myself over a little bit. Just like that. Perfect. Got to see the whole handsome devil. Okay, so what I wanted to say was I might want to change the Techonomics to start an hour later, just because I'm starting to get into like trading a little bit, and the stock market closes. Oh, why didn't I hear the notification there? What's up, Kev's XP with the Prime? My man, Kev's XP with the Prime. Are you guys hearing the audio? Wait a minute. Aha, there we go. That's why. Aha, it was set incorrectly. It was set to my external speaker. I was editing footage last night. No, it should be fixed now. That was my bad. So like when I'm editing footage at home, I just having the headphones on my ears for like 3 hours straight just kind of gets sore a little bit. So I just use an external speaker instead, and then I just forgot to change it back. Yeah. Kev's XP, thanks so much, man. I'll re-give you the button.
You got a tight little man
there we
pussy
go.
on you, don't you?
So like I was gonna say, I'm starting to get into like trading and stuff, and then the stock market closes at 1 p.m. That's why you always hear my alarm go off at 1 p.m. And like I've missed out on a few good buys because like I'm podcasting on the Thursday and then I go through the 1 p.m. window. So I might want to change it to 1 p.m. Stay tuned for that because like dude, there's some good stock buys right now. So like dude, I nailed it. So like I had Intel stock and it went up like 20%, and then I sold that shit yesterday at market close, and then today it tanked down 7%, and I'm just waiting to rebuy it. It's free money, dude. It's free money. Now you're not gonna get lucky like that all the time. I got really lucky. I called that one. On the flip side though, I sold my Robinhood yesterday because I thought it was gonna tank today, and then now it's up 2% now. So I dodged the Intel 7% dip, but I also didn't get the Robinhood 2% up. So you just gotta try and get your W's where you can over the long period of time, right? So overall, I made a good call last night, right? So I want to rebuy this Intel dip.
Oh yeah.
At the bottom. Yeah, 7.5. She's still dipping, man. She's still, but yeah, I literally might miss it because I'm streaming though. That's the problem. If we get into a really heated topic, I might miss it. That's killed me a couple of times now because of Techonomics. What's up, Gyro Musek, my man with a tier 1? Gyro Musek.
Looking like a double-wide surprise.
Yeah, Hood's just going up. You can't stop Hood.
Damn.
My God. I wonder why Intel is crashing so much right now. Everyone, dude, what I've come to realize. Oh, what's up, Baldy? You're welcome. What's happened is I don't think that people even care so much about the companies that they invest in. We're really all just playing the up and down game. You know, like Astera Labs, I don't know what that is. Nubius Group, I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I'm trying to hit this. I'm trying to hit the bottom of this Intel dip here, man. So we have 50 more minutes. I'm going to be looking this way repeatedly while I check the stock. Anyway, so oh, you'll love the 5080 Prime. So, okay, well, maybe we'll start with the 5080. So you see at the bottom right of the screen, I am doing a 5080. Yeah, dude, it's just gambling. It's literally just gambling. I seem to gamble
now.
quite successfully. I also don't view it as just pure gambling, because if the stock goes down after I buy it, I'll never sell it at a loss. I don't do like the penny stock shit. Do you know what I'm saying? What's up, Stratofall? My man subbed for 10 months over on Kick.
This little rabbit's hopping down
The old bunny trail. Hopping down. What's up, Smock? What's up, Roadkiller? What's up, Corgi? What's up, Marky? I saw more entries for the 5080. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I had some. So I transferred everything over to Wealth. So long story short, don't want to miss that rally. That's what I'm saying. I might just start. Hey, no financial advice, by the way. This is not financial advice. Yeah, that's why I might just start the podcast an hour later. I'm sure there's other traders too, because you notice the viewership always bumps up at 1 p.m. anyway. So anyway, we might just do that. But what it was I swapped everything over to Wealth Simple. Wealth Simple is like our version of Robinhood. And they gave me a free iPhone. It works better for us Aussies. The 12 p.m. one or the 1 p.m. one. That's the problem too. Maybe I'll start earlier then. I could do that too. I could always start it at like 9 a.m. That just kind of messes with my cardio a little bit. Oh, it works. Oh, 1 p.m. works better for you. Okay, well that answers that then. Okay, good. So Wealth Simple is like our version of Robinhood. And I got a free iPhone because I swapped over 100K Canadian, which is like a like your guys's like Roth IRA, I believe, like the tax-free retirement account or whatever. That's like our tax-free savings account. So I transferred that one over because I don't touch that one anyway. And then that counts towards the free iPhone. Anyway, so I got my sister that free iPhone set. That's why I was asking if I should get a 17 or an iPhone Air. Because it was for my sister for Christmas. And I just went with the iPhone 17. Yeah, I did some research on the iPhone Air. And I think I would have been okay with the iPhone Air if it wasn't for like that stereo sound speaker thing, where there's only like one speaker on it and it sounds horrible. Like every reviewer of the iPhone Air universally said that speaker was total dog shit. So that, even though it's not for me, I know my sister likes to listen to stuff on her iPhone. So yeah, I got this, and plus the battery life too, right? But anyway, so I like Wealth Simple is like buggy, man. I sold my Robinhood yesterday, and then my mobile app was showing like a different balance than like my desktop version for like an hour until they both synced finally. And then I tried to like do a bank transfer the other day to myself, and the funds like just got stuck in limbo and shit. And I had to like sit on chat support for like fucking 30 minutes to like get them to sort it out. Yeah, so on the one hand, I do see why the new age of Zoomers are using these new banking apps like Robinhood, Wealthsimple, what's that other one, Spy or whatever. Like I get it because like you get free trades, like you get like a 2% cash back credit card, you get no fees, all that kind of good stuff, right? But man, I also see why people like to use OG banks still too, because I ain't had none of these. I had none of these glitches and bugs on these OG banks, man. What's up, Yummy Cakes Tier 1? Thank you so much for subbing over on Twitch. Yummy Cakes.
This little rabbit's hopping down the old bunny trail.
Now, the organizational change part of it. Okay, let me explain the raffle first, because people are starting to sub. No, I'm not gonna like. You know what? I'll set an alarm for. No, see, Intel's kind of. It's hovering at -7% right now. It might. You know, it's gonna do one of two things in the next 40 minutes. It's either gonna skyrocket right at the end and recover, or it's gonna go down like 15% in the it always does that shit in the last like 60 seconds, dude. It's no joke. It's no joke. So like you can't okay, again, not financial advice, but I tend to not really buy until like the last second. That way I know the buy that I buy is not gonna, even though there is after hours is pales in comparison to actual market open, right? Man, Robinhood is still going up. I made a bad call there. Fuck. Should have held that shit. Could have made like an extra $1,000. Oh well, I'm gonna mute that notification. Yeah, Christoph, man. So the 5080 is going to blow your mind over a 3090, dude. It's gonna be it's a massive upgrade. Now you might be able to sell your 3090 for primo dollars here. You know what? Hold on to your 3090 until the shortages become a real problem. And then maybe, because it has 24 gigs of RAM on it, that might be worth a lot of money pretty soon here. I mean, you know what the crazy thing is? It might not even be worth a lot of money because of the 3090. It might just be worth a lot of money because Chinese farmers will take that card and desolder the DRAM off of it, and then put that DRAM on like a 4090 or something, or like a whatever, or those like 2080 Ti's that they got going on, that kind of shit, right? Although it is G6X, so it would be compatible with the 4000 series. What could they do with that? They could do like a double-sided 4080 would work. Something like that. Anyway, that's where the value would be, right? I wish I had the yeah. No, I think it would still be worth something though. Like the Chinese market seems to make all kinds of weird cards, man. Like they have those 22 gig 2080 Ti's. They have like those 48 gig Titans, like the Titan RTXs. They make all kinds of weird shit. Somebody over there has a BIOS programmer or something, man. Or they're just like literally just hacking the NVIDIA BIOSes to make them work. But yeah, they make all kinds of shit, dude. But even just the 3090 itself, I'm pretty sure that card is still a pretty decent AI card. It just pulls a lot of power, but people can still use it for AI. Actually, it's a really good editing card too, because of the 24 gigs. And it still has NVENC and all that stuff too, right? Dude, I will say, wow. I don't know why, but I swapped over. So I got this 5090 Aorus Master. And so I took my 5090 Founders Edition out, and I put my 5090 Founders Edition in my workstation, and it edits videos noticeably faster than a 5080 does, which I don't know why. I was like, holy shit. I was like, this like not like the 5080 can't edit videos, but I'm wondering if I was maybe hitting a VRAM bottleneck or something. Cuz I don't think Premiere Pro can utilize 3 encoders at the same time. But it does export much faster than a 5080 does. I don't know why. Or it's just straight up using CUDA. But like, so the thing is though, when I'm actually editing my footage, I don't go over 14 gigs. But then again, maybe it's misreporting or something like that, right? I'm not sure. Oh, you know what also it could be? I just thought of this too. So I took out, oh, maybe this is actually what it was. Maybe I should do some further testing. I took out my 96 gigs of RAM, and then I put in the 48 gigs of CU DIMMs in there. It's a 285K. Maybe the memory bandwidth is what's actually making it export faster. Because these are 6400, and I have like 8600 now on the CU DIMMs in there. That could be it. I'm not sure. It's either one or the other. It's either the VRAM or the RAM speed. I'm not sure. That's actually worth revisiting, because I don't need 96 gigabytes of RAM whatsoever. I don't even need 64 gigs, to be honest. But nah, man, holy shit. I know I should go to DaVinci. I know. Oh my God, I know, but oh, man. It's, man, I'm so swamped for time, dude. Oh my God. I finished my 9070 XT and 7900 XT. I finished those benchmarks like a week ago, and I still have not made that video. That's my plan for today, hopefully, is to finish that damn video, man, because I have so much content to make. Like, to be fair, I have been wasting a ungodly amount of time with this whole Wealthsimple bank transfer thing. I didn't think it would consume that much of my time, but I've just been encountering so many bugs with this stupid app. I'm sure once it's all done and settled, it'll be fine. But like, holy shit, dude, it's been an absolute all that. So again, another lesson that I learned. Now, in the long term, it will be worth it, because instead of paying $10 every time I want to buy a stock or sell a stock, it's free now. So I must have already spent like at least 300 US on trading fees. Now, it's always profitable, so it's always worth it, but it's still $300 I just gave to the bank for no reason, right? So over the long term, it'll be worth it. But like, if why don't I hire editors? I thought about it, man. That's something I have to test one day. That's such a good topic. So what was it, like 2 years ago? That's what it is. Okay, you found, yeah, live type, got it. Dude, I did like, how many interviews did I do, man? Okay, so okay, we're gonna get into some economics here for a second, because that's just, you just opened a whole can of worms, man. But the issue really is one of competency and one of economics. Let me just remove this. Could be the bandwidth of the 59. I don't think so though, man. Maybe. But then actually didn't try. But the economics of it is, it's always going to be time cost analysis, and it's always going to be leverage, and it's always going to be competence. So when you're hiring an employee of some sort, okay, what do we know about human-to-human interaction, right? The person that invests more is more on the hook, right? Now, if I were to hire an editor, you have somebody that's already competent and somebody that can already do the job, and it just works, but they're going to charge you the most amount of money, right? Then you're going to have somebody, and then in which case they have the leverage because they have the experience, right? If you hire somebody that is maybe a beginner, doesn't really know what they're doing, you're investing your time to train them, which is fine, but then you're still giving them the leverage, because once you've trained them and they know they have your processes down, they're not incentivized to not ask for more money, not make more demands. They're not your buddy, right? They're an employee, right? So which is justified. So it's like, hey, you invested all this time into training me. I have all these skills now. I can do your entire workflow bang on. So it's like 6 months of training time. I want more money now. And if you don't give it to me, I'm going to take the skills that you taught me and go somewhere else. Which is what you should do. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying that that's what you should do as an employee. You should always be leveraging your skills to get more money. That's what you should do as an employee, right? As an employer, it makes you not want to invest in employees, because every time you invest in an employee, you give them the leverage, right? Now, that was about 2 years ago that I went through that whole process. And then the other part of it was I just couldn't find anyone competent, dude. There's like a global competency issue happening right now. Like, nobody knows what the hell they're doing. Everyone needs so much hand holding. Dude, like, how many times have I talked about the consults that I've done where the guy doesn't know how to pop out a BIOS battery? He doesn't know what a Phillips screwdriver is. They call it the star shape. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I was looking for an editor, they would be asking way too many fucking questions about how to edit the damn video. And if you go to any content creator, dude, Brian, Tech Yes City, he had one editor, I think it was for like a year or something like that. The guy turned around, asked for double the money or some shit. He's like, I'll just do it myself then. Fuck that shit, right? No, I know, you don't know what I'm saying, but that's what I'm talking about, man. Like the competency. So here's the thing. If you in 2025, coming 2026, in global economics, if you're just like generally quite competent, you're sitting on a gold mine of your own competence. Like, what's the number one thing that every single employer complains about? These people are fucking useless. And I mean, just go through your day-to-day life. You're just like, holy shit, these people are fucking useless, right? Like everybody's fucking useless. So like, it's and then what happened? This was like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago or whatever. Opus Pro came out right when I was looking. Opus Pro, and then it was like, oh, AI is going to solve that for me. That Opus Pro is an AI editor, right? I was like, all right. And lo and behold, now that I'm using Opus, I can create shorts en masse, edited shorts en masse for 3 separate YouTube channels without any editors. No problems. Have you noticed that I've been releasing a short every single day? Because I can. Because it's all AI. So I don't need to hire. Now I can train the AI to do what I want it to do. And it's never going to ask for more money. And it's never going to leverage its skills. It's yeah. Well, I mean, let me put it this way. If humans were more loyal, then again, let's take the question of should they be loyal. Let's take that out of the equation for a second. But if assuming you just got paid a fair fucking wage like Costco or something, like Costco employees are quite loyal because they just get treated like fucking human beings, right? But assuming that you're treated well and all that stuff, and humans were more loyal, I doubt I doubt people would be jumping to AI as much as they are, dude. It's like because AI is never gonna leave you. AI is never gonna stab you in the back. AI is never gonna take all your content and just like steal that shit and repurpose it for their own YouTube channels. That kind of shit, right? No, so you know the thing is, they call it yeah, exactly. I was thinking the exact same thing, dude. Where's the button here? Here it is. AI never gonna give you up. AI never gets sick. That's exactly it. So when it comes to like not everybody is useless. Sure, when I say everybody, I'm talking about the masses, right? Obviously you can't overgeneralize. But like I was thinking about, I had this conversation. I have 2 male friends that are very competent. Still not as competent, not even close to as competent as me, but they're both very competent, right? And I was talking to them, and they're just like, it's hard to make male friends in 2025. We've talked about this before, how like the creepazoid level has been skyrocketing, but also the competency level has been lowering as well, which is very odd. I'm not even talking about like changing a tire. I'm just like very basic common sense skills. Like people just freeze, it seems like the tarp on over top of your tool shed, like one of the ropes holding your tarp down snaps or something, and the person's like, they just like freeze for like 3 hours thinking about how to fix the situation instead of just grabbing the fucking tarp and re-roping it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's like a lag of like competency between like what people seeing an issue, taking an action to fix it, right? So how that relates to shorts and editors and stuff, what I really need, when you're like interviewing people, what the interviewer or what the employer is really looking for is like, all I want is somebody to go through all my content, send me a clip, show me what you can do, and then just say, I got this. That's it. I don't want to have to talk to you. I don't want to have to train you. I don't want to have to show you how to use Premiere Pro. I don't want to have, just, I got this. That's all the employer. Employers want the employees to just figure it out. That's it. Just like if I can throw you in a role or a position and you just got this, and I don't have to fucking hold your hand, you're a gold mine. You can ask, dude. You can ask whatever. You can ask whatever fucking wage or price you want. Salespeople is not. I got this. That's all you gotta say. And I've never had that. Never. I've had. Do you know how many emails? Do you know how many emails I get every single week asking about like internships and stuff? I just had one like fucking 2 days ago. I posted on my God supporters. The guy's like, yeah, I'm looking to, he worded it so weird. It wasn't even the word collab. He's like, I'm interested in working with you. I've been supporting your channel forever. And, I want to, there's a big market in the UK for PC optimization. And I'm like, basically what the guy was saying was, can you train me for free so that I can use your branding to my benefit? That's what the email said in a nutshell. It's fucking brutal. Dude, I literally just had a guy in the fucking Discord just now. He was an God supporter, and back then they got the course for free. So I log into the course and I see him logging into the course every single day. He's using it every single day, like I guess to tune PCs or whatever. And then I'm like, wait a minute, it says transaction $0. I recognize the email. I'm like, oh shit, it's that guy, right? So the guy unsubbed from being a God supporter like a year ago and has been using the course ever since, every single day. He has like 250 logins on that thing, or he was sharing the account with somebody. So I'm like, want to talk about human loyalty, dude? It's every man for himself. It's what it is, right? So anyway, AI ain't gonna fucking do that. That's what I'm saying. So when it comes to like the AI overlords overthrowing all fucking jobs, can you really blame the employers? So right now I should be employing 2 or 3 people for my channel, shouldn't I? Like 2 or 3 people should have jobs. They should, if I could rely on them and if I could trust them, but I can't. So I'm just going to wait for AI to fucking do everything for me. I'll be fine. I'll get the sponsorships. I'll get the fucking brand deals. I'll get the samples. AI will fucking do everything. And it's like, what am I supposed to do about it? Trust somebody that's just going to take all my fucking charge me double the money after I train them? Nah, man, come on. Nah, man. Nah, I ain't about that. What's up, Ichachi? My man with the Prime. And that's why I don't have any editors. Also, I do talk to like other creators, and that's how I know that perspective though, because they go through editors like every 6 months. They're like, I fucking trained this guy, he left. I trained this guy, he left. Have you noticed that like a lot of content creators, their content seems to have like different types of zoom cuts and stuff once in a while? That's when they changed an editor. They just don't tell you. You know how much time they can pump out more content, but it's like slop though, right? But speaking of slop, with the shorts, oh boy. So YouTube wants the trifecta. They want you to do shorts, they want you to do long form, and they want you to stream. And they want you to do, I guess not the trifecta, and they want you to do community posts, right? And when it comes to the shorts, people don't even watch them, man. It's just the title. That's all it is. It's just the title. Like, remember the 98 or the 12900K is faster than the 9800X3D. when the 9800X3D is stock and the 12900K is tuned. That's what the short said, but it was like that short went viral. It's like 10,000, 20,000 views now. Like how many comments? This guy's a liar. He's full of shit. That's impossible. None of them watched the short. But that short was just generated AI slop. And that got me fucking paid. So there's another thing too. When it comes to like economics and stuff, there's always the reality that we wish was true, and then there's the reality that's actually true, right? People are just. I was just talking to Blackbird PC Tech on Discord before I went live. And so we're talking about like CES and scheduling. Hey, we have the NVIDIA appointment. Let's do it together so we can film and all this stuff, right? So we're probably gonna do CES together, at least the NVIDIA booth. But he's like, we should do a podcast episode live at the NVIDIA booth and like interview people and stuff. He's like, that would be good content. I'm like, I thought so too 2 years ago. Nobody gives a shit. And then I had to explain to the guy. Remember when I was interviewing CES? I was interviewing everybody. These are some of the most high value videos on my channel by far. In depth. How does an AIB see something? What happens with QVL lists? How do manufacturers QVL CPUs and the value in these videos is fucking ridiculous, dude. Straight from the horse's mouth. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. And in that same CES, I did a video on like MSI, like an MSI case. Here you go, CES. And this one did the best. So I was telling him, I'm like, bro, I was like, Matt's his name, right? I'm like, dude, the problem is you think the average viewer is as smart as you. And I had that problem for years, man. I was like, yeah, what clued me in over time was using acronyms and people not understanding what that meant. QVL. What does QVL mean? What's another one that was a big one? Like I would use terms that the hardware bros would understand, like HT, hyperthreading, SMT, SAM. I would use acronyms, and then in my comment section, all the gamers, like the normal people, they'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about because I don't know what these acronyms mean, right? Then I clued in. I'm like, okay, so when Alex Hormozy is like, make your content so a grade 3, a third grader can understand it, that's when it clued in. I stopped even putting, like, so if you go to my shorts, here's the level of degeneracy that is 2025. You go to my shorts. This one, never Windows 11. The title used to be why I will never use Windows 11. I'm like, nope, too many fucking words for the idiot, right? Why just I'm like cutting out words. FC only unbiased channel, buy 5070 Ti. Why brand loyalty? Like, I'm just like, dude, like this is fucking ridiculous. This is the one, 14,000 views. Dude, it's so... Dude, you like get free CPU. It's like, dude, it's like barely coherent. It's barely coherent, man. I don't even make coherent content anymore. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm not making this up, man. I'm not making this up. I don't even make coherent content. Intel power draw by AMD, find out. Why are people clicking on this? What? Like, I'm not even, it's all AI slop. All of this shit is AI slop, dude. I would never click on this shit. That's the other thing too. Just the content that I would click on is not the content that my audience would click on. And remember when I went into my viewers that view your channel also view these channels: Hardware Unboxed, Jay's 2 Cents, Linus, and that other the ITX dude, whatever his name is, the DPI deviation glass mouse pad dude. That's my audience, man. I'm not saying that's my live stream audience, but that is my audience, dude. So I'm gonna be like, why AM dip? AM dip question mark? Like, I'm gonna, it's whatever. I don't care. I've kind of stopped caring a little bit. It's not, again, it's not my job. Oh, dude, Intel is down 8% right now. We got fucking, so it looks like it might just crater right at the end of the day. So, yeah, it's not my job to help people get smarter, man. I don't give a shit. Optimum, that's it. Yeah. I just don't care, dude. What's up, Boss Loth Kick with a Prime over on Twitch, my man? No, you don't have to make them feel like they're stupid. I think that's the wrong Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're correct. That's correct. Yeah. You have to treat them, I wouldn't say like they're stupid. You just have to meet them where they're at. And I think that's okay. I think that's okay. If I was entering a makeup shop, let's say I wanted to buy makeup for my girl or something like that, and I enter like a Sephora and I'm like, here's her skin tone, and they have like 90 different fucking products for the same skin tone, and to me, I'm like, I would want them to treat me like where I'm at, right? Like, here's what this is. So to the makeup connoisseur, it might be like, wow, this guy's really fucking dumb, right? But to the guy buying the makeup or like tampons or something, you're like, I don't fucking know what this is, man. Just as a customer, you're like, just fix my problem. Just tell me what to get. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I don't have the mental bandwidth to figure out why there's 90 different shades of peach. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, so in that, when you think about it that way, the perspective of the customer makes a lot more sense. Now, the odd thing about social media, though, is why it doesn't seem to get better. It seems to get worse. Uninformed is a good word, yeah. So like, for example, if I have like 35,000 subscribers, and everyone kind of knows I say, what's the goal? That's like the catchphrase, like, what's the goal kind of thing, right? And yet I'll get a new guy in here every single week that asks me some question that doesn't ask themselves what the goal is, right? So like, even after all this time, it's getting worse, not better. I guess because as you grow, you have larger reach, more people come in, but it's like, so I guess that's why the larger you get, the content seems to just get dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber. And it's like, I don't know what to do about that, man. It's also, I don't really care anymore. I don't care to do anything about it. What am I supposed to do about it? I'm here to just make a living and chill with the boys, man. Like, you know, when I was playing, I'll tell you one thing, man. What's up, Cold 2043 with a prime? My man, Cold 2043. Let's give him a Gandalf for that one. I forget what I was gonna say now. Hang on, let me catch up here. Yeah, God, what the hell was I even just talking about? Clicks. Oh yeah, now I remember. Okay. So, you know, the other day I got to play Battlefield with Undamaged and Rems, and I got to play Battlefield with Undamaged. It was like 10 in the morning, dude. It was like 10 a.m., right? And you know what? You know the thought that I had? I'm grateful that I get to play Battlefield with my buddy at 10 in the morning. What a blessed life I must live, right? Instead of like going to work and having to slave away for somebody else and all this shit. And you know, as bottom feeder IQ as the average viewer is, like, why AM dip? And then they're in the comment section fucking arguing for like hours at a time. I'm like, I am so happy that person exists now because I get to play Battlefield at 10 in the morning. I wouldn't be able to if that person didn't exist, man. So I mean, like, I you know, if people like that ever want to break out of that paradigm, I will be here to help you do that. But if you enjoy just being a farmed bot, I'll be here for that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the Jufus is here for any stage of your life. I'll be here, man. Hang on, let me catch you up here. 10 minutes. Oh, Intel went up a little bit. I think 8% might be the bottom. Minus 8%. If it hits 8% again, I might buy it. Not financial advice. Hang on. Sorry, guys. There's 10 minutes left on this shit. I can't believe it. So it went up 10% yesterday and then cratered 8% today. Dude, you can make so much. Dude, Lucid went up 4.5 just in the last like 5 minutes. You know, I was gonna buy Lucid. Actually, well, we don't have to talk about stocks, but man, it's just like, never mind. Fuck. Just I hate missing out on money. It's free, dude. It's so fucking awesome. So like the other day when I sold my Intel and my hood stock, I was up like $5,000, and I just like sold the stock and secured the profits. And I'm like, I could live off that for 2 months if I had to. If I stopped working and doing YouTube altogether, I can just live off the fucking stock profits. It's just, man, it's like your perspective on money changes when you can generate it in the stock market, because it doesn't make any sense. Like the stock market makes no fucking sense, dude. Like why did Intel go up 10% yesterday and then down 8% today? There's no rhyme or reason, dude. But you could have just, so if you had $100,000 in there, you could have made $10,000 in one day. Bam. If you had $1 million in there, you made $100,000 in one day. What the fuck? It's like it seems a little unfair that you can just like manifest money that way. Anyway. Oh, dude, thanks so much, Cold. My man, join the Discord. So let me actually, so, okay, let me explain the raffle now that we have a bunch of viewers. So guys, yeah, well, that's my plan over the long term, right? So all the money I've made over the last like 2-3 years, I've been doing nothing but saving it and investing it with the eventual goal of being if I get canceled on YouTube tomorrow, I'm good off the interest on my fucking investments, right? Um or you know what else is crazy? I've been getting a lot of Twitter posts about all these like randomly deleted YouTube channels. It's kind of scary. That's why I've kind of been focusing on Twitter growth a bit more over YouTube growth. If you notice, my Twitter account has been growing really rapidly. I've been really focusing on how the Twitter algorithm works and how to get engaging posts over there. I just hit another gangbuster. I think it's at like, this one is at yeah, almost 150,000 views now on this one post. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there, right? Also, the Twitter seems to convert a lot more sales towards the course as well. Hang on, let me catch up here. Oh yeah, the 5080 raffle. So hang on, before I catch up on chat. So let me just minimize this a little bit in case it's blocking chat. Or wait, actually, let me move the chat up. I can do that. Chat. Move it up just a tad. There we go. So guys, we are running a 5080 raffle. I'm just like dropping a 5080 for this. And what it is all the money generated from the raffle is going to the mods for their Christmas bonus. So I lose $1,000 for that 5080 regardless, no matter what. And if the less people that enter, the higher the chance you get of winning a 5080. So how it works, if you see here, if you're in the Discord and you enter the raffle through the Discord, you get a 1.5x multiplier on your tickets. It's just a way to show the supporters a little bit of love, right? That also does include Twitch supporters and Kick supporters and YouTube members. You guys all have access to the 5080 raffle channel. Just follow the instructions in there. For those of you that are not in the Discord and have no interest in being in the Discord, and you're just not down with that type, you can still enter too. What you have to do at the bottom of the Kick page or the Twitch page, you'll see Fry with Hand Me Money. This guy. Shut up and give me your money. The super chat button. Just type in the message here or your name. Just type in your username. That way I can catalog how many tickets you have. $20, 1 ticket. $50, 3 tickets. $100, 8 tickets. Again, that all goes to the mods. I don't keep any of that shit. I pay the transaction fees, all that nonsense. It's just to show those guys some love. And then the 5080, I just ship it to you if you win. And we're going to do the draw live on December 12th. December 12th? No, the 13th, sorry, on the Saturday stream. We're going to do the draw live with all the entries on the randomizer.list website or whatever, just like we always do. And then if you win, I contact you, I ship you the card. So $20 is all you got to put in there to enter for the card. And we got 3 minutes left on the stock market. Hang on. Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up. I told you that was going to happen. 7.6%. So I think 8% is the bottom. Anyway, that's how it's going to work for the raffle, boys. But if you have a Twitch Prime sub or something, join the Discord first and do it in there. It just makes, you might as well get the bonus raffle or the bonus multiplier And it makes it so much easier to just like keep track of who has what tickets, right? Now let me catch you up here. You can join the Discord with the Prime. Yeah, you have to link your Twitch with Discord in the integration. Do I have Discord installed? No, I don't. There's an integrations tab in Discord. You click on that. It's like sign in with your Twitch. Click on that, and then you or you can do it that way too, but you still, if it's a Prime sub, you still have to integrate them. Hang on, let me catch up here. And the reason why I'm doing that is because the price of 5080s skyrocketed this last week. Oh, this one's on back order for 1100. Open box. Usually now they're about $1,200. What's the... Yeah, $1,250 for Aventus. Oh, they have the Apocalypse? Oh, I always wanted this one. I didn't know they brought this to the US. Oh, man, I love that shit. Do they have the 5090 Apocalypse? No, they don't. Yes, it's so odd that they don't have the 5090 Apocalypse here. I just thought it was such a gorgeous card. Anyway. Yeah, so you're looking at... Yeah, but yeah, it's just man, it's just such a cool card. But yeah, so a 5080 is running you about $1,200 now. So the raffle that we're doing, you could... Oh shit, I think I just missed it. Fuck. Oh my god, dude, it happened again. 7.4. Well, I missed the bottom of the dip anyway. Fuck me, dude. Thankfully, I have after hours trading available to me now through Wealthsimple. So 8% was the bottom then. Interesting. Good to know. Yeah, well, we can talk about that. So anyway, you put in $20 and you have a chance to win a $1,200 graphics card. But with the organizational, the next thing that we're going to talk about, let me catch up on chat first. Yeah, on a global economic scale though, so if we got any like 20-year-olds or teenagers in the chat today, when it comes to your but we're back to the AI topic for a second. When it comes to your future prospects for work or jobs, you want to get into something that's physical that a robot can't do. Plumbing, electrician. Jensen talks about this all the time. Anything, a mechanic, even mechanic maybe is kind of fucking on its way out too. Maybe put mechanic at the bottom of the list. But as long as they're making internal combustion cars, mechanic is a good play. Once they start making these cars like Teslas, where they're like, what, not hot swappable, what's the word? Like a la carte? Modular. When they start making that shit modular, where it's like, hey, I want a new engine. You just drive it into the bay, unhook, rehook, fucking done. I know I'm about halfway through the Jensen interview on Rogan. Same, I'm about halfway through. Yeah, because a robot is like we're at least like 20 or 30 years away from that. Just because the job security comes from our already in place architecture. Like my house, for example, how is a robot going to come in here and know where the fuse panel is? How is it gonna know the like where the wires are routed? It needs tools to detect the electricity in the walls, to fish the lines through the wall and not punch holes through the wall. That kind of HVAC is another good one. Any refrigeration, welding, carpentry, maybe that kind of shit. That is the only thing that's gonna be, not only, but that in terms of like boomer jobs, those ones are gonna be like you're never gonna have an issue finding a job if you have a trade. Yeah. I was talking to an IRL buddy today. He spent a year on some kind of programming boot camp before the pandemic. He spent like 30K or something like that on that course. It was like a 1-year boot camp on programming. He can't get a job. Gone. Just like that. So the money he spent on the schooling, gone. And the skill sets that he got, gone. He's just doing manual labor on movie sets and stuff, moving couches around and moving light. He's doing lighting for movie sets. The fuck? So that's what I'm saying. Those are gonna be the jobs going. So it's either gonna be. I think so too, but that's gonna be quite a ways away, I feel like. But it's either gonna be like personal brand, like what I'm doing here. Like you kind of have to entertain people. Like AI can entertain. Have you seen like Burnt Peanut or whatever, that new guy that blew up? He's fucking hilarious. Like he's like he like shits all over like Dr. Disrespect. He's like, guys, I'm not competing with Dr. Disrespect. I'm not at an elementary school playground. And it's like, oh fuck, like such a good burn, right? So like AI can't do that. That's what I'm saying. Like AI, like you know. So if you're a really funny dude, you could lean into that personality, that type of shit, right? Otherwise, just go trades, man, and just don't worry about it. Become like a Red Seal trade guy, build a business, roofing, something like that. Steel work. I think those robots will only work they already have them kind of in restaurants, where the restaurant is very similar to like highways and roads and like self-driving. So if you have a restaurant and you have a robot, so like being a waiter or a waitress is probably not a good play. So like you have the restaurant and there's like tables here. These are all the tables in the restaurant. And then the robot labels the tables 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or whatever. And then the robot is like here. It's like, deliver this food to table 4. And then it's like, okay, to get to table 4, I need to walk this way. And then it has sensors all around it to detect collisions and humans and dodges them. And then it just brings the food to the table. And then it walks away. So now you've already eliminated another employee, right? They have fully automated McDonald's because anything. So what I would say about robots is anything that has an 8-hour shift of pure repetition, like a waiter, like a burger flipper, like maybe even a store clerk, like or like A warehouse organizer that will get replaced too, because the robot won't get tired, right? It's like, or like an Amazon warehouse shipping guy. It's like scan barcode, this goes to this address, put it on the truck, go kind of thing, right? That'll get automated too. Things with very high levels of repetition, right? But like a plumber, it's like this guy took a huge shit. This guy must have eaten something fucking nasty. It's like, I don't know what to do about this clogged pipe. It's not repetition, right? You might need a variation of different tools to deal with the clog, right? Hang on, let me catch up here. I do want to talk about the shortages too, though. Oh yeah, the organizational change. Yeah. Let me catch up on chat first. Dude, U95 was complaining about how his packages all got lost. Dude, I don't have any pre-workout anymore. Dude, I ordered 2 boxes of pre-workout and they both got lost in shipping. So I like made my own pre-workout concoction with like EAAs and like caffeine powder and glycerol syrup. I'm like a fucking chemist right now, dude. Oh God, my packages keep getting lost, man. It's brutal. It's like, how much pre-workout do I have to order? I got like 16 jugs on the way because they keep losing the damn packages. Hang on, let me catch up here. You know what? I don't care too much about the physics implementation. We can give it a shot, but I just don't care. Maybe we'll save that for Saturday. Arkham. Yeah, we can do this on Saturday on the Frame Chasers channel. We can try out the physics on it. Because we literally just did this with A2000 like 2 or 3 months ago. So we know exactly where it performs on a 3000 series card. Federal funds rate decision on the 10th. Yeah, I'm pulling my money because I've made so much cash this last week on the market. I'm pulling all my funds out and I'm waiting for the next big dip. You know, yeah, but you can just look at the, I wouldn't look at the supported or unchecked thing. I would look at the FPS. They said Arkham Asylum's not on the list. Oh, there you go. So if it's literally like 30 FPS, then it's not working, right? Well, yeah, so I was gonna say this would be the only game where I would actually care because it's genuinely a good game. And it like this game is, and I think Kevin Conroy passed away, the voice of Batman. And this series was the last series where Mark Hamill did the Joker as well. This is like that would be more about game preservation more than anything, like because the Arkham series was that good. It was really good. Like from beginning to end, it was such a good series. Totally worth playing. MSI Lightning cards. I don't care about the high-end cards too much. I gotta make content on my 5090 that I got, the master now. Dude, it's such a good card. Wow, I'm impressed with it. It bins high, man. Maybe they'll show off the Lightning at CES. No, I don't see it. This was 6 months ago. Their Supreme is really nice though. Unlocked voltage control. I'm not sure, man. If they do come out with something like that, I don't think it would be for consumers, man. Or they would charge so much money for it. I don't know. Speaking of voltage control, the 5080s have very strange voltage control. The Arkham series, my favorite game of all time. Yeah, dude, it was incredible. I think for me, the biggest like, I guess maybe I don't know what my favorite game of all time is. Probably Chrono Trigger, honestly. But like for PC, it would have to be like Mass Effect and Dragon Age. OG Dragon Age, not this fucking blasphemy that they released this last year. Yeah, you might be right, disclaimatory. I'm not sure. I can just I can just see more. Maybe in the US being a mechanic would be okay, but here in Canada, in the because we're like people keep voting fucking liberals in, I can see them taxing anyone that owns a vehicle into the ground to try and get them to stay home and shit, and like 15-minute cities and all this crazy shit. So you're seeing a lot of like car rental programs and like Uber and taxis. So I think what they'll end up doing is just you're gonna app yourself a car to your house and you won't actually own it anymore. In which case I don't see mechanics going very far. But in the US, yeah, if you're driving for an hour back and forth, if you're commuting, yeah, you wouldn't really do that on a rental car, right? Lineman jobs, yep, exactly. Yeah, so Tyatt got it again. So I have a buddy that's an appliance repairman, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good long-term play for a career. Because why are you gonna pay a repairman $200 to $300 to repair your washing machine when you can just buy a brand new one with a warranty for like 900, right? So and then what if the cost of that comes down to 600? Now he's out of a job, kind of thing, right? So yeah, when you're picking a trade or a skill, you have to future forecast what the cost is to replace the thing that you're fixing. If it's if it's like a Ferrari or like a McLaren and it's a 1 million, if you're a McLaren specialized repairman, you're good. You're never going to be out of a job, right? Because no one's going to replace a fucking $1 million McLaren with another one, right? If you're a Honda Civic repairman, you might have an issue in 10 years, kind of thing, right? Or maybe not with the inflation, hell, or the cost of living. God, my throat's already dry. So, organizational change. What I think, just an FYI for people on the Techonomics. So what I think I'm gonna do is I have to go ahead and try to get more guests on. And okay, so here's how it's gonna work going forward. There's gonna be like 2 versions of Techonomics. So it came down to this. It came down to this, Techonomics. What the hell? I'm like dyslexic. It came down to most of these episodes are just me solo streaming anyway, in which case, why am I calling it a podcast? And why am I not just doing it on the main Frame Chasers channel? Then also, I don't want to just abandon the Thursday schedule for the people that are subscribed over here. Like I didn't promise them, but they kind of know that every Thursday something's gonna happen here, right? So I'm gonna keep trying to do that. But I think instead, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to reorganize the episodes so that the only ones that are technically episodes are going to be the ones where I have a guest on. That was actually before I even started the podcast. Yeah, actually, I'm getting Power GPU on next week to talk about the DRAM shortages. I already got that whole thing planned, but we're gonna talk about the DRAM shortages from the perspective of a PC builder, because I want to see his perspective, because what's he gonna do for business? So if you're a PC builder and you're trying to, now all of a sudden AMD makes even more sense than it did before, because now you can just throw like 5,000 megahertz RAM on it and still get an acceptable playing experience. If you go on Intel, you're either going DDR4 or you're going fucking $1,000 RAM. Now Intel really doesn't make any sense, right? So it's interesting. I want to see what. But if you sell a bunch of people AMD platforms, you got to deal with all the tech support that comes with that shit too, right? So yeah, I want to just see what his perspective is on the DRAM shortages. I've been talking to Shannon from Patriot as well. I interviewed him at my very first CES. I'm going to try and get him on the podcast to talk about the DRAM shortages from the perspective of Patriot and what they're dealing with. I don't know if I can talk about what he's told me just yet. Yeah, oh yeah, exactly, Resist. Yeah, so I'm gonna get him on too. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to. Anyway, I'm trying to pick people to interview of like the current meta of the scene, if you will, right? Now, on the weeks where I can't get a guest or I just fall, but like this week I just fell behind on work with all this stupid ass Wealthsimple shit and all this paperwork, didn't get a chance to actually get a guest on, right? No, what happens in the consumer space has nothing to do with stocks, man. I'm pretty sure when Gamers Nexus made that hit piece on Intel degradation and it was like 5 million views or whatever, the stock price like went up. We are so insignificant. No. Dude, Micron bailed. Micron killed Crucial because of how insignificant we are in not just the gaming market, but like the consumer market. We mean fuck all, dude. We're nothing. But what I'm gonna do is the Techonomics episodes that are me by myself, I'm going to leave them on the live tab. So they're gonna be here from now on. I'll still title them and I'll still publish them as normal, but and they should still pop up on your feed as if it's a new video. But it's gonna be here now. So the ones where I have guests, they're gonna be actual podcast episodes. And I'm not gonna leave the Thursday bros hanging. I'm gonna leave the live ones here so you can watch them whenever, just for free. I'm gonna spam the shit out of them with ads. Don't you worry about that. But If you have YouTube Premium, then yeah, just watch that shit here though, right? And I'm not gonna make it members only or anything like that. Just whatever kind of thing, right? And I think that way, it's the best of both worlds. If anybody has any opinions or thoughts on that, then I'm open ears. But I think that's probably going to be the best way to go. Because I would like the podcast to not just be me streaming. What's the point of that? Might as well just go do it on my main channel and get more viewers, right? I would like this podcast to grow as a separate entity, right? And get guests on and stuff. But also trying to get a guest every single Thursday. And like I sent Blackbird a PC Tech $25 for the last one because that's what I got in donations. So it's like trying to get guests on and being like, hey, you might get like $50. It's not really, they gotta love it for them to come on, right? They really gotta like, they either need to get value monetarily to do it, or a lot of them just enjoy my company. I'm riding on personality right now. But a lot of them need to get like, if it's a system integrator, that's like free advertisement for them. But if they know it's on this channel, it doesn't get as many views. There's a lot of like weird stipulations about all that kind of shit. Hang on, let me catch up here. BDI hasn't really increased since the shortage on eBay. I was thinking about doing a video on that, man. Yeah, because the last time that we were streaming on Saturday, there's a few of them now, actually. Z690 Edge. You can get these for $100, even 200. Like 120. Here you go. Excellent condition, 120. Right, fucking bam. They're all over the place. So I think I will probably pick, because I got some B-Dye kits here too. I'll probably pick one of these. I'll probably write it down and do it later today. And I'm gonna do a updated DDR4 video. Because that might not be a bad, so your options, so let's say DDR5 continues to just, let's say even if you're on an AMD platform now and you only really need 6,000 megahertz RAM, dude, it's ludicrous what that shit is right now. Like $400. Now for those of us that are into gaming, it's not really a problem for us because we already have our RAM. But for new people, DDR5 6,000, lowest price. Whoa, what the hell is this here? So you get a free motherboard with some RAM? That's not that bad. 170. 6,000 C38. Oh no, that's Samsung. Those are Samsung sticks. Wait a minute. No. That seemed too good to be true. But anyway, the point I was trying to make, yeah, when you filter for these lower kits, you got to be careful which sticks you get, right? But hell, man, even then, $170, it ain't that bad. But let's say beggars can't be choosers and 6,000 C38. No, they're just offloading this dog shit. Here you go. Here's the Hynix ones. So as soon as you want Strix B850 6000 C38, no, dog shit. So as soon as you want some Hynix sticks, now you're looking at $340, right? So the argument becomes, if you're paying $340 for Hynix memory, the good stuff, And then it's like, well, that's too expensive. I'm going to go down to DDR4. Your DDR4 options become the 5700 XT, like the AM4 platform, which is still a good platform, and getting secondhand B-Die, or going Raptor Lake on B-Die. This, like, that's, let's see, 32 gigabyte DDR4. We'll do 3600 megahertz. Oh, fourth. Let's see if we can find some B-Die here. Not crucials. Two by six, $200, dude. Wow. C18. These aren't even B-Die. That's expensive, man. 16, 16, 16, 32. These are B-Die. Okay, so let's say $150. Yeah, that is like half price. So you could do yeah, well, Raptor Lake would be infinitely better, right? So you could do like, what's a 13900K right now, or KF? Get one for 300. A used one. I bet you this one's degraded as shit. Oh, no post? Never mind. Parts only, parts only. So let's say you can get a used one. I'd rather just go from Amazon then. Hang on. This 13900 KF. 350. Oh yeah, these are still expensive. 12900K. That's not bad. 13700K, 250. So let's say you can get a 13900K for three. So 300 for the CPU, 150 for the motherboard, and 150 for the RAM. So you're looking at $600 platform cost, all in. Whereas if you want to go AM5, you're looking at 340 US for the CPU. And then what's the 7800 X3D these days? Because it would be cheaper than a 9800. Yeah, fuck. So 33% more expensive, or like 40% more expensive. Yeah, man. That's so LGA 1700 is the goat there. Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm gonna do a B-Die video for sure. 12700K works fine too. Yeah, why not? I'm just saying, like, with the money. So the idea there being the money that you would save by not going DDR5, you would get the higher end CPU with more cash to compensate for it. So you would want to really go for an i9, like a 13.9 or a 14.9. You know what I'm saying? So like, you save the money on the motherboard, you save the money on the RAM, and then you get the i9 with the most clock speed and the most cash. I think that would give you the highest performance. That's a good video. So I'll write this down. I'll do a video on this. It would be like 7800 X3D with 6000 megahertz RAM versus DDR4 B-Die 13900K or something like that, or 14900K. And then you would see the performance difference between them. I bet you the 13900K would still win, but you look at the performance difference between them and the price difference, and I think that would be an interesting video. No game requires 64 gigs of RAM. Nah. Even MMOs don't require that much RAM. Nah. Because the only alternative would be the 5700 X3D. I haven't tested this one, but you can't even get it. Interesting. Can you even buy it? But this thing would get obliterated by Raptor Lake, though, on DDR4. Like, obliterated. So I wouldn't go AM4 anymore. The only reason I would ever go AM4 anymore today would be if you needed 16 cores and you had a shit ton of old DDR4 laying around. So like the 5950X is a phenomenal workstation CPU. And if you had like 128 gigs of DDR4 just chilling and you just needed to throw that on something, yeah, AM4 would be the GOAT, right? AM4 would be the GOAT. 5800 X3D. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, fuck that. Dude, you have to be out of your mind to buy this. You can get a 13900K. That's insanity. Wow. Imagine buying a CPU and having it increase in value. Well, I guess what is the 10900K? No, that's not that. That's not that. That's still fucking insane, actually. $300? What are people doing? Jesus. Wow, these are expensive too. I don't know, man. I secondhand shit is not the play right now. My God. What the hell? Yeah, that is not the play. Anyway, so I'll write that down and make a video on it. I'll pick this up, which there's a bunch of them for $100. That's just like generally a really good motherboard to have for $100. It has a bunch of slots on it too. Like, it's a good board. I used to run this shit all the time. I used to recommend this thing back when Alder Lake first came out. Yeah, you might even just check out the local marketplace too. Yeah, just check that shit out. Hang on, let me catch you up here. Yeah, see, I don't. Okay. Let's talk about. So that's the organizational change. Physics, don't worry about it because it's just Arkham. Who cares? So the when it comes to like, so I'm assuming. So I'm trying to like collect my thoughts here for a second. The DRAM shortage news is impacting the general audience. Like, this is becoming a global issue. Basically, if you do anything on social media talking about the shortages, you go viral now because of how big it is. So like gamers are involved now, AI farms are involved, server farms are involved, home labs are involved, even like a governmental like if you're like the US Army or something and you want to build a new lab, It's like now all of a sudden you gotta it's like the US Army or the US government has to compete and buy the DRAM too. Educational systems, universities, office buildings, like it's a real fucking problem. Like it's an actual issue, right? When there's a DRAM shortage. So the thing is, I don't know what gamers are gonna. So because we already have all of our kits, we're good. Like this 96 gig kit, I'm gonna sell this shit for fucking $1,200, right? Yeah, but the reason the cause for the shortage isn't really too much of a concern. The real concern is like, what do we do about it? Like for me as a content creator, I'm gonna have to always I would say for the next like year or two, I'm always gonna have to be conscious of what kind of content I make now, right? CPU benchmarks are pretty much out the window now, just in general, because how the hell do you make a CPU benchmark video? Like a buddy of mine is like, do you have any DDR5? I want to build a new rig. He wants to play Ninja Turtles with us. By the way, I played this game for a couple hours last night. It's so fun. Dude, good fucking game. I love roguelikes. But anyway, I'm like, I can't give you any DDR5, dude, because I need it for my YouTube channel, right? Now, I can afford $300 for a die if I had to get it, but I ain't paying that. So, do I convert my test bench to a DDR4 test bench now? Like, there's a lot of uncertainty with where to go and what to do. What do you do when your friend wants to build a new PC now? What do you do? Like, dude, I remember how I built that 5800X. I built that. So the community got together and sent me all the parts to build a Christmas PC for charity. I still got the thing, right? And I only bought the motherboard for like $100 or $80 because it was on sale. And well, yeah. So what I was gonna say was that computer has B die in it. I'm gonna take the B die out and keep it, and I'm gonna give the Christmas Timmy some shitty like green PCB sticks now. So it's like even that kid, whoever wins a free you can't even do like giveaways anymore because like the RAM costs too much. Well, I actually haven't well, what's going to happen to the prices of phones? Like the iPhone that uses DRAM. What's going to happen to the cost of like fridges? Do fridges use DRAM? That's what I'm talking about here. Yeah, phones are gonna get fucked, dude. I almost want to go and buy an iPhone 17 Pro right now while I can and just leave it in the box until this one dies, because the iPhone 18 might be fucking twice the price. Yeah. So like, yeah, so when it comes to actual content here, we're going to proceed as normal for now. But the content might just have to change altogether as well. It might just end up being like, I don't know. Because nobody's gonna. If I make a benchmark video, it's like, is the 5090 faster than a 6090? The comment section will just be like, bro, I can't build a PC anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's fucking irrelevant, right? It might. it might end up being about, well, thankfully I can pivot to game optimization. Like here's what you do in Battlefield. Here's what you do in Call of Duty. Here's what you do in Arc Raiders. I could always do the Panjo route, thankfully. I always do have that back door. It's just that I'm not passionate about that, which would suck. I could also go back to my day job, worst case scenario. That sucks too, though. I'm talking about, like, if the views for the channel tank like they did during the well, no, my views went up during the pandemic, thankfully. I could also just become a streamer, which is not a bad, I can compete with the best of them. I could just stream fucking 8 hours a day like a degenerate and just play in, like, competitions and stuff. That'd be pretty fucking cool. Splintered Fate, Ninja Turtles. It's really good. How much is a iPhone 17 Pro right now? 1,600 Canadian. I don't want to. Fuck, man. It's just so much money. God, it's just so much money, man. I don't. Fuck me, dude. It's brutal. It's brutal, dude. Oh, dude. Brad, if you actually want to play, we need one more player. Me and my buddies play from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific time every night. That's kind of like, because a lot of my buddies have day jobs now, and like careers and stuff, and they have like kids and families, so they only get to play like 1 or 2 hours a day. So the reason why we're playing in Absalom, this one, Absalom was phenomenal. Only 2 players though, right? But this was like one of the best games I've played this year. It took us 10 hours to finish it, 11 hours, like full completion. But we're doing both of these games are basically just like multiplayer Hades. But we do these kinds of games because you can jump in, you do 2 or 3 runs, you keep your progress, and you just jump in the next day, you jump in the next day kind of thing, right? Yeah, let me catch up here. Maybe I will go buy an iPhone. Dude, it's so not frustrating. Maybe frustrating is the right word. Oh yeah, old man. Well, you're younger than me, aren't you? But I go to bed at around 12 too. I have an iPhone 15 Pro. It works fine. I don't need a new phone. That's the point I'm trying to make though. It's like it's like, because I know there's a shortage, I know that I can save money if I buy it now. But I shouldn't have to buy it now because my phone does what I need it to do just fine. Like I could stay on this phone for the next 10 years happily, no problem. But what if it dies in 1 year? And then all of a sudden I have to pay twice as much for an iPhone 17. So I'm almost like hedging the security. So the global shortage is like forcing me to hedge my security by not wasting money or being stuck in but like not being stuck in a rock and a hard place. So it's like, oh, do I go and buy the fucking thing now? It's weird, man. It's a weird position. Well, remember, yeah, just add me on Discord later if you want to play with us. It was like 30 Canadian for the game, but we just play for 2 hours and hop off, man. But it's a very chill game. It's very like not competitive. It's actually pretty hard, but like no, there is no difference between 15 and 17. There's no difference at all, man, at all. It's literally just a hedge. Well, remember that guy last week who was like, should I buy that 5090 for $3,400? I'm like, I don't know. It's a hedge. You're hedging. Those 5080s. So I bought three 5080s. One for the raffle, one for a PC that I'm building, and one just as a hedge. Like, just in case, because this 5080 here, you guys remember? This is the oh yeah, Griffin, yeah. So this 5080 is the one that I liquid metalled. It was, dude, it was literally 3 5080s for the price of 159. And that's not even a joke. Like, but this one's liquid metalled, right? And it might fucking die on me one day, but I still need one for benchmarking. So I got a hedge, and I'm like, well, it's never gonna be cheaper than it is now. And so I bought a fucking another one for $900, right? And look at that. They went up. The exact same one went up by $200 already in 1 week. So it's like, yeah, the hedge plays that knowing that the shortages are coming, the hedge plays that you gotta make to try and protect yourself. Like, had we all have known, we would have hoarded DRAM too, right? We would have hoarded that shit. So like, if my 64 gigabyte kit dies, I'm gonna have a hard time replacing that because I don't have two of those kits, right? Should have hedged. I got lots of A die though, thankfully, and I have lots of A die and M die. I only have one dual rank kit, so I need that kit to survive, right? Do you have insurance on your phone? Nah. People buy insurance on their phones? I legit didn't know that was a thing, man. I've never broken a phone before. Like, I drop this thing all the fucking time. It just has a case on it, like a thin little plastic thing. Not like I'm playing football with the thing, right? Hang on, let me catch you up here. No, so even if like Chinese manufacturers get into the DRAM game, they wouldn't be able to output enough. They wouldn't be able to, like, no, that's not even a thing. No. They like let's say what's that phone company in China that got banned from US? What's that really popular phone company? I don't remember now what they're called. I don't even know if they're still around. Huawei, yeah, that's it. Huawei or whatever. Yeah. They could probably start making DRAM. They're probably big enough for that, right? Now, if they did though, how long would it take for them to get that shit down? How long would they take to get it validated? And how good would it even be? You know what I'm saying? If it was as easy as that, everyone would be doing it, right? Do they make DRAM though, is what I'm saying? Or if they would, they'd probably make their DRAM for the China market only and just kind of keep it in house maybe. The shortages might make the Steam machine viable. I think it will just make the Steam machine too expensive. So that's interesting because I saw a post that was like that's a funny one because I think only the PlayStation 5 is in a good spot because Sony has like warehouses of that shit, so they don't have to increase the price. Actually, Steam machine cost. Let me take a quick piss and then we'll get into that. Give me 1 sec. So, what I think is going to happen, okay, so first of all, for anyone that, I mean, again, I'm assuming that everyone that's watching the stream, we probably already have our DRAM and we're good. We probably already have our like systems built and all that shit. If you $100 a month. Oh, $15 a month. I still wouldn't spend that, man. I mean, this phone was 1,500 Canadian. Look at my kitty. This is my background, dude. It's so funny. That's fucking. That's my every day, dude. It's so funny. Oh god. I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what else is on the list? Now that I've reorganized and cleaned my house, my cat usually takes a nap on the couch right there every single stream. For Saturday, I'm gonna try and set up a kitty cam. And I'm gonna need a third capture card in that. I'm gonna need a third capture card. I'm gonna have like a 4K lens just watching her sleep, dude. It's gonna be fucking epic. Just wait. But anyway, I'm like ceiling mount that shit. For anyone that might need a PC, or for anyone that knows somebody that might need a PC, I would go and grab these Z690 MSI DDR4 motherboard. Z690 Asus DDR4 boards are very good too. Z690 Strix D4. These were very good. I had my X on one of these for a lot. They're expensive. 200 is not bad. But these are also very good. 260. No, you can't beat the MS. What about the A Pro? Z690 A Pro? I would grab one of the, there you go. Oh fuck, dude, $100. $77. Why is it all like disassembled and shit? But anyway, $77. And this thing does DDR4 4000, 4133, no problem. I would grab one or two of these motherboards before people catch on. Because what I think you're gonna see is you're gonna see all the YouTubers and tech tubers. They're gonna be like, Intel can save us with DDR4, and then you're gonna see a massive shortage of these ones too. I think that's gonna be a thing. No, forget AM4 is dead. Forget that shit. This is the play. Even if you put this, so you spend $80 on this motherboard and put a 12700K on it, you can get a 12700K for $130. $200 plus BDI 150, $450. You're still competing. Like as of this moment, I would not use a HEDT. No. As of this moment, you can still compete on a budget with DDR4. All those old BDI skills that we learned fucking 3 years ago, still viable. So we're still okay if you're thrifty about it, right? I wouldn't spend $300 on 6400 megahertz RAM, dude. Z690 Hero is DDR5. You got to be careful. The product name has to say D4. I think the highest Asus one was the Strix D4, the white one. Strix D4. This was the best Asus DDR4 motherboard, the white one. So yeah, if you wanted white, you would get the Strix. If you wanted black, you would get the Edge. The Z690 Edge D4 is the best black DDR4 motherboard. Do not get Gigabyte DDR4 motherboards. Do not. They don't work. Well, they didn't work. I don't know if they do now, if they fixed them or not, but they don't work. And yeah, these ones are the best for DDR4 for black. Yeah. But anyway, H610, I wouldn't fuck with that shit. Not when these are this cheap. I'm going to pick one of these up. ASRock DDR4, I'm actually not sure. I never tried that. I literally never tested an ASRock D4. Because the MSI one was so good. But I'm going to go ahead and pick one of these up. Just so I can make content on it. I'm assuming everybody is also going to be doing that as well. And there's the leaf blower. I guess that's time to call it. Oh, it's been 2 hours anyway. Crucial 6400 C38. Yeah, because that's Micron kit. Yeah. So you're going to have a hard time overclocking those ones. Those are garbage. You could still use it on a AMD platform though. On a 3D chip, and it would probably still work fine. Actually, you'd be hard pressed to tell the difference between that one and a Hynix kit on the 3D chip. That's kind of the bonus, the pro of the 3D chip, right? Oh my god, dude, the fucking leaf blower. I'm gonna lose my mind. It's like pouring rain outside too. What's this guy doing, man? He doesn't give a fuck. He's just gonna get rained on. Hopefully his machine blows up on him. So anyway, what I was gonna say, the last thing I'll say about the Steam machine cost. They haven't announced pricing, right? So you got to keep that in mind. But what can't touch anything OC on them? That's interesting. Can't just shove a ton of voltage into them. There's a leaf blower every Thursday, dude. This is the I think it's an HOA thing. It's just a fucking leaf blower every Thursday. I think they hired these guys or something. But anyway, it's gonna be so expensive to manufacture this thing now. I think Steam made the announcement before the shortages were like an actual issue. I don't think they saw this becoming a problem, right? When they announced that thing. So it might even like be $1,000, dude. Like it's gonna be. So put it this way. No matter how much this, unless they literally take a half price loss on it, which I don't know why they would, but no matter what this thing costs, you will be able to build a better machine for the same money if you're thrifty and you know how to tune shit. Like what we're talking about here, and get like some DDR4 and all that kind of shit. And like LGA 1700 is gonna be like the savior of the shortages. So it's funny. So apparently, at the end of the day, we will be skipping DDR5 as see ya boys in DDR6. See ya boys then. Which is cool because I want to I will make. Oh, what's up, Swarty, my man?
City donated $50. Smile.
Was that for the raffle? Smile? Aren't you in the Discord? Oh, dude, I'll put your name in the raffle anyway, dude. Totally. Why not? Get in there, dude. That's $50. Hell yeah, man. Get in there. Dude, you've been here forever. Win yourself a 5080. It's a good 5080 too, dude. It's an impressive bin too. But dude, thank you so much for supporting the channel. My man, $50. Thank you so much, dude. I'm not sure if DDR6 will be crazy fast because who cares? Yeah, Syndicator's got it right. We all thought that CU DIMMs were going to be a thing, but it ended up just not being a thing. Like fucking 9,000 CU dims are like the same speed as 8,000 A die. Who gives a shit? Like it doesn't scale, I guess, is what the it's just you like we're past it. Well, with modern day CPUs anyway, we're way past the curve, dude. That's why it's kind of like whenever people like this is the curve here, and like the fuck me, dude. I'm like, wow, I just for some reason, man, I like can't not draw a penis. Like I can't do it, dude. It's fucking okay. So the peak here, God, it really does look like a penis. So the peak is like 7,800 for Intel chips, and then like 8,000 is over here, and then 8,200 is like fucking down here, dude. It's like it makes no difference at all, zero. So it's like 9,000 is like fucking. It doesn't do it. This doesn't do anything. Like there's no FPS difference. You might like you literally might get like 2. It just doesn't do anything. So even if we get like DDR6 and it's like DDR6 10,000, you know what would be sick? If we can run that shit in Gear 1, that would be cool. And lower the latency. I don't think we need more speed. Like we need. What we really needed was like better DDR4 controllers on like Raptor Lake. Like what we really needed was like DDR4 4800 on Raptor Lake. I think that would fucking annihilate everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, B-Die was literally just, but like we were limited to like 4,000 though. So sure, if you're limited to 4,000, you might as well do 8,000 on A-Die, because you might as well double your bandwidth, right? But if you could get like fucking 5,000 on DDR4 in Gear 1, you ain't getting 10,000 on DDR5, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we need like it's not so much about we'll have to wait and see when we test it. Because if you remember when DDR5 first came out and all we could get was those shitty Samsung sticks and the shitty Hynix ones, DDR4 was still faster for a while. It took like a year and a half for A-Die to come out, right? Because all we could get was like 6,800. Sure, obviously, 4133 is going to be faster than 6,800, right? And then when we got A-Die, that changed, right? So it's make no mistake. If you do get this, you're competing. I'm actually excited to do this video, dude. I can't wait to show people what a 14900K can do with DDR4, dude. That'd be fucking sick. That'll be so lit, dude. That'll be lit. I haven't done DDR4 content in a long time, man. Is DDR 8000 G2 equals? No, it's quite a bit faster. No, I'd say like 4,000 is like 7,200. Yeah, something like that. Like yeah. When you get to like 7,400, you kind of just blow past DDR4 a little bit. What is the pause for the Velka 3 build? Nobody wants to watch it. There's no goal for me to do it. Yeah, I wonder why. So that was the other thing. When people are like Micron abandoned the consumer space, I feel like Micron and Samsung never tried to take it, because we had Hynix M-Die, which was the best, Hynix A-Die, which is the best, and Hynix 24 gig M-Die, which is the best, and now they have that new 32 gig die from Hynix that's the best. So we got 4 generations of Hynix ICs that were the best, and Samsung and Micron didn't think to like try to compete, or they're like, I don't care about competing in that space. Let Hynix have it. So that's why I think I don't think they even tried, man. Like their sticks are significantly inferior. No, even Arrow Lake, man, a normal A die worked fine. And it was just as fast. Yeah, let me catch up here. The views on the YouTube videos. Yeah, I did 2 YouTube videos and they were 10 out of 10. My audience doesn't want to see that shit, dude. I'm not going to kill my channel to finish a build that nobody wants to see. What's the point? I think the Z890 Strix A-board RAM voltages aren't working right. Those, what voltage are those sticks, Brad? They might have a weird PMIC on them. That's like an old school problem, though. Back when Z690 first came out, there was like a bunch of different PMICs, and you would have to actually select which PMIC it was to override it in the BIOS. That's the only thing I can think of there. And that's only if you wanted to go above 1.42 or something like that. You know how like the new BIOSes all have like high voltage mode? Oh, that's basically, we know every single PMIC, so if you just turn this on, we override them all. So you might have a weird PMIC thing there. You might have to do some research. Not too sure. Hang on, let me catch up here. Penis? Yes. Why, yes, sir. Oh, yes, I'm way ahead of you. There you go. It kind of looks like the Intel stock what happened today. It's like it just kind of dips up at the end there a little bit. Hang on, I'm covering it. There you go. There you go. That's funny. Anyway, guys, let's call it there. I gotta get going. I got a whole bunch of work to do today. So I'm going to, yeah, that's an odd looking penis, I will tell you. But hey, man, it's not about the shape of the tool. It's how you use it. Okay. All right. Don't let anybody tell you different. No, I don't even know if that 12P core is coming, man. I'll talk to Intel at CES and then I'll know for sure. But yeah, that's only a month away. It wouldn't be this year. It's this year is only 30 more days. Not even like 25 more days. It's December 4th, dude. We got 25 more days. The second RAM voltage won't increase past 1.1. No, it wouldn't even be working at 1.1. So I think the BIOS is misreading it. Yeah, post in the Discord later. That's interesting. I'll try to help you out. That's an odd one. I would try a different BIOS, like try and roll back a different BIOS version or something. Why pair Z890 with, what are we doing here? A 285K? Is it for like a workstation or something? I would like return that shit and get a 9950X maybe. Nova Lake stuff has me excited. Well, not if the DRAM shortages keep up. Yeah, you're gonna spend $400 for Nova Lake, and then you're gonna spend $1,000 on RAM or whatever, right? OLED's the best. I don't know what the difference is between WOLED and OLED though, to be honest. I just have my OLED here. It's the best. For me anyway, my 480 hertz OLED. But can't remember what I was gonna say now. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna order one of these things. We'll do the video, we'll do the content, and I will keep you guys updated on Saturday with CES and all this shit. And then we'll do some DDR4 content. Hopefully I'll get that 7900 XTX video out. That's the other thing I want to test too, is because the AMD graphics cards have less driver overhead, are they the play now that people can't afford faster DRAM? There's a lot of little angles. I don't want to like reveal all my fucking video ideas, but there's a lot of video ideas. Anyway, guys, let's call it there. Join the Discord, enter the raffle, support the mods that do all the hard... Oh, look at the viewer etiquette there. Support all the mods that do all the hard work. And give them a good Christmas so they can take out their families for a nice meal. All right, guys, I will see you on Saturday regardless. Okay, don't let the shortages get you down, though. We have options still. We have options. Okay, I'll see you guys on Saturday. All right, talk to you boys.